How you doing? My name's Tyree Melendez, govan. And a brother of mine, Larry Reeves, had asked me, so why don't you tell your testimony, man? You got a deep one. And I'm not gonna lie, like he did inspire me. He really did. And the thing is, my testimony is deep. Um, just coming up hard. You know what I mean? Coming up where you had to be tough. Coming up where going to God was almost a dream. Like you want to go to God, but how do you go to God when you're doing so much wrong? And I had to make a change in my life. And when I lived in Connecticut with who I was married to at that time, it just seemed like a lot of Christians, a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses were coming to me asking me to give my life to God. But even before that, my first fiance, I always prayed, man. Always just something about believing there was something higher. There had to be something higher than me. I always prayed. And I think 2006, 2004, I was arrested. I ended up going to jail. R.I.P. my friend Ronald Lamb. He brought me to church, and I got addicted. I loved it. So when I got out, my Mike Boston, who's now, I found out, his family. Me and him used to pray. Russell Goodwin, that's another one. Y'all might know him as Big Skull Goody. He prayed for me to come here. My father-in-law, who I'm married to now, they prayed for me to come here. And, I have a family disease called adrenoleukodystrophy, mononeuropathy. My uncle Barry died from it. My cousin Gary died from it. One day I'm at the gym, and Pastor Wells, he's like family. So he told me, he said, get on the treadmill. I said, man, I haven't ran in almost 10 years, brother. I don't think I could do it. I never done it. He said, do you believe Jesus heals? And I said, yeah, I believe it. And he said, as long as you believe Jesus heals, anything's possible. And I'll tell you the truth, I've been running ever since. I've been on a treadmill, doing a mile, 2 miles, keeping my weight at a great, where I'm supposed to be. The doctors are telling me, you're healthy, and I'm supposed to be out of state now where they said, wow, you should give a testimony to the hospital. They're like, you were worse than this, 2000 and, I don't know, maybe 8, 9, and 10. When I lived in Connecticut, going through the stress, they put machines on my legs to help me walk. They want to give me a scooter. They want to give me a wheelchair. It came to the point where, I couldn't even sit down for too long, or I couldn't stand for too long, because it hurt. It hurt my legs. And I can't sit and say I'm not a little embarrassed by it. That's why I don't do a lot of shows. That's why I don't travel a lot. Because yeah, it's but then, once I got God in me, and once I got Jesus with me, and once I realized Jesus does heal, and I got nothing to be ashamed of, and I'm just gonna keep going as long as God gives it to me to keep going, as long as Jesus gives it to me to keep going. You just gotta believe. You gotta put faith in God. I almost preach to you. I do preach. I love God. I love God to death. I pray for anybody who I could be in the worst mood, and I am not the greatest. I do make mistakes, but I could be in the worst mood. But if somebody needs prayer, I come out like this. God is how He works. He takes out what you don't need and puts in what you do need. I prayed for a brother right here in front of my house. Right there, I swear to God, I don't know what to put it on, because you can't put it on nothing. But my father-in-law was a witness to me. This guy here, he was blind to the world, and he showed me the certificate. He can't see nothing. He said he was just strolling, and I believe God put him here for something. And when I preached to him, I swear he broke down, caught the Holy Spirit and everything. It was right here. I'm outside, right there, right in front of my home. And the thing is, to be blessed, to have people call me just to pray, just to have that blessing, just to pray for people, that's a blessing in itself. The gifts that He gave me, to see, like my wife has I won't say any names, but she has a friend who, an accident happened. Um, his wife was injured, and I got to pray. And I asked her, I said, "Does she look like, this?" And she goes, "How do you know?" I said, "I don't know. God just gave me a vision." And he gives me a lot of visions. And I never expressed it because, not that I'm ashamed, but because I just felt like to share what he's given me with others. I'm not showing off. I'm not giving you something where you can feel like, oh, wow, he thinks I don't believe I'm better than, I had people tell me I'm better. I'm not better. I talk like you guys. Yeah, man, for real, man. The block, yeah. But the thing is, I'm 38 years old. You grow up. Once you're with God, your language changed. It says it in one of my songs. Since speaking Christian, my tongue twisted to talk a little different. See, you know what I mean? The thing is, you can also check on YouTube some of my videos. And I hope this testimony is an inspiration because I'm from Roxbury. I'm from Academy Home. You can look it up. I'm back when the gang violence, the guns, and I moved to Connecticut and I was a part of it. But you know what? When God took me away from it, I still show love to the brothers out there, man. Because they need love, man. The apostles needed love, and that's why Jesus went to them, and that's why I'm sent to go to them. Because some of these guys are really good brothers, man. I still talk to a lot of them. But like I said, my testimony is, just you know, just going through so much and remaining in God's faith. And the thing is, man, when you don't got faith, it's hard to have anything. Because I mean, once you put your faith in God, once you're baptized to believe, even on your worst day, when you feel like swearing and jumping and breaking, you always got to remember, man, God is there. God has a plan for you today. You just got to wait for that plan to come through. It's not ever on our time, it's on God's time. And again, a lot of love to my brother Larry Reeves, who, his testimony was awesome. You got to watch his page. I definitely support it. I definitely subscribed. Again, if you look up ALD, I really don't know what to say about it because I don't like to speak on it. It's a very deadly disease that I got to deal with. As you see, my finger, the bone came out. It'll never bend or close like it, well, a little bit now, but it'll never close like it did. Just the abuse that I went through as a child, I could speak on forever. The stuff that I had to go through to make it this far, I could speak on forever. But stick to my testimonies because I'm gonna keep putting them up. I'm even thinking about doing a worldwide prayer line. If you guys support, just leave something under that says you support it, and maybe I should do it. I had a brother just tell me, he said, "When you gonna open your own ministry?" I keep getting asked that, and I'm not. You don't understand the fear of me in that, because if I lead someone wrong, then I'm wrong. You can't miss God. That life of what it was can't be what it is today if you're gonna do something that serious. And that's just something I gotta sit with. But thank you for joining me with my testimony. I know it ain't I'm nervous. I know it ain't the great, and I perform for churches. That's the funny part. I've been performing all my life and speaking. So, believe me, I got so much to talk about, man. That I made it through. That I'm glad to be here today. But if you also have a testimony, leave a link because I love to watch it, man. I love to watch testimonies and see what people go through. Have a good one. God bless.